the Marshalltown Roundhouse. That's what 6'1".
Jersey line. Dustin Avey. Rudolphi.
With that momentum that got him to win the other night against the
4:41 to go. Here in the first quarter. Haskell traveled with it. Turned and saw Burgduff there and did a little skip step. And turns it over. Ames leading 10-5. Cleaning up on 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Caldwell now ball game for Stevermer. Hanson goes down, looks at the three, then passes underneath to Rudolphi. He's down the baseline, gets the Burgduff, back out to Caldwell. He puts it right up there. He's his first shot off the bench pole.
Up in again. Very
Marshalltown comes down the other way. Haskell with far baseline. Pulls it back out, now gets it back. Now back outside. Shepard on the top of the goal, and Ferguson. Over the right side. Moving down the baseline, turns back out. Passes inside the Ferguson and puts it up and good.
It's not that big of a town. It's not big of a town.
4 points for Marshalltown.
Actually, it's
It's
not.
not the left side. Back out to Rudolphi, 3-point range left side is good. Jacob Rudolphi gets the first 300 to late for the South Carolina. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Pass into Dobbins. He backs up against Avey. Puts it up. It's soft, really long. Rebound underneath. Put back up, and the foul is called. And the bucket will go. Since Ferguson to the line. First free throw is up and good. Makes it 15-8. 3:29 to go in the first quarter. The Cyclones leading. Second one is up and good. 6-4 lead for the Cyclones. Caldwell comes up the right side, stops, pressured, looks for some help, now throws it away. Rudolphi is coming up. Didn't get there in time.
That's the worst place you can stop the cycle.
Ball's reaching down the right side, stops, gets it back out to Ferguson. Dobbins up and puts it off the glass.
I think the kid came over the challenge. And he said it was
Stop on again, this time they break it. Should get some
He's the only kid that does
stops over that side. Ball goes down the lane on the shin. Burgduff, he puts up the three, it's long. Rebound and one comes off the Marshalltown. Elvis. Dribble down the right side. Setting up for Marshalltown. He's lead right here to the left side. Hanson lobs it in the dot. Lobs it in the dot. Shink is stolen and down his fall there. From behind. Haskell. He's going to the locker room, so he has blood in his pressure by Marshalltown. It's going on Ames breaks it, gets down to Burgduff, right wing. Back out to Hanson. Marshalltown back out the zone defense. Stop those outside shots. Hanson passes inside to Eli, back out to Burgduff. Now they pass in the Shilkins, back out to Hanson, over to Caldwell, outside, Ames up back to Wilbur, and up on 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Burgduff just inside the 3-point range. It's off Burgduff, but he gets his own rebound, back up and off the glass. Everybody played out of there on the long rebound, and Burgduff really scooped up the loose garbage and put it back up in the bucket. It's a 17-1 ball game, and 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Office dribbles over left side, now bounce pass into Ferguson, he's fouled behind Burgduff.
He's doing very good.
He can ask comes in. He hooks. Baseline, shuts up the good eyes. And Thurston right on the baseline and put it up easy. So that's a good lead into the cycle. 17-13. Left side to Burgduff. He put up the three. It's good. DJ Burgduff, the 3-3-20 of the ball game for the cycle. He's up by that one.
They're off.
36 coming in the first quarter. Haskell brings it down. Goes over to the left side, gets the screen from Ferguson, but Burgduff picks him up. Now he stops, tosses underneath. Dobbins, he falls down, but throws it out to Haskell. Left side, and he dribbles in, gets bumped by Caldwell, puts up an off-balance shot and misses. The rebound comes off to Shilkins. 15 coming up on the minute to play here. The Cyclones leading. Over the left side. Back out to Caldwell. Hanson, right side to Burgduff, looks at the three, he's guarded there, gets it inside the Shilkins. Turnaround jumper is partially blocked. And foul is being called on Rudolphi as he tries to find 2 foul on the Cyclones. first quarter. Finish up the right side, pulls up, puts up a jumper from about 16 feet away on the right side. Got a running play, just spins it right down and puts up a jumper, and it's good. It's 20-15, 5-point lead for both cyclists. 30 seconds. Eli from the left side is off in front of the rim on a 3-point attempt. He drives in there, tries to get the rebound, can't do it. It comes off to Marshalltown. Elvis has it, kicks it over to the left side. Back outside, the 3-point attempt from the right side. It's good by Thurston. On the board, and it's 2018. It's within 2 or 10 seconds to come in the first quarter. 6-5 over to Hanson, left side, 4, 3. Burgduff wide open, right side, 3, and it's good. That's a buzzer. Burgduff hits the 3. And here's just a really good Stevermer dribbles down the lane, puts it up, and it rattles in and out. It was down to the cylinder and came back out. And now Marshalltown comes up with Thurston. Graham Thurston dribbles up the right side, looking to set something as good. Pass it down to Rudolphi. Back out front to Thurston. Dribbles around, gets a screen from Ferguson down the right baseline and throws it back out to Ferguson in the lane, and he puts it up and it's blocked, and a jump ball is called. There's Rudolphi. Stevermer, Hanson, Rudolphi, Avey, and Burgduff in the ballgame for the Cyclones. Avey dribbles down, dishes out to Burgduff, 3-pointer right side is a little short. Stevermer puts it back up and gets pushed, but nothing called. The rebound and it comes off to Waltis up the left side, gets to Ferguson, to Thurston. Looks inside, the post, Pat Stevens not there, it's back around the top on the left side. Down underneath, Stevens spins around, Rudolphi picks him up, though back to Thurston at the elbow, right side, it's no good. Rebound, Avey comes up with it and he's fouled. And the other one, Thurston. Avey. The Cyclones leading 23-18. Neither team scoring close to a minute and a half. The second quarter. Out front of Burgduff. The push inside as they recalled against Avey. See Johnson out there with Dobbins and also Lewis. His second push with Dobbins. Marshalltown came up with trailing 5-5. Dobbins left baseline, moves the shot decides not with it. Right there. Now passing to Dobbins goes out of bounds. A little miscommunication between Adam Shepard and Dobbins. Just went to the Dobbins side of the Cyclones. And come back that little team is scoring yet on the second quarter. Avey, top of the key, right side to Rudolphi. Pass to Stevermer, he dribbles in, stops, puts it up, and he's fouled, and it goes. He gets the roll, and the bucket. And Stevermer will go to the free throw line. Stevermer shoots the free throw line. And he hits it.
Very. One kid, well, they shot 30 out of 34.
6 minutes in the first half. Haskins on the baseline to let it go. And then foul it from behind. Yes, 26-18, both Cyclones leading. Burgduff inside, jumper is off and over. First one out is no good. Rebound goes off to the other side. The other way with the Steelers puts up the rebound goes off to Marshall. Right the other way. Shepard down the lane, dishes off to Gaskin. By Burrow. The big hack by Jimmy Burrow and getting the low part arm, nothing called, now push the other red Shepard. How's Burgduff? Open up the foul. Seven. goes in and out. Rebound to the Dobbins. 27-19. 17 to go in the first half. Inside with Thurston. Around the horn they go. Right side to Ferguson. On inside and jam.
He did?
Rebound inside pass to Stevens. This time he's blocked by Burrow, and a foul is called a blocking foul. Pass to Burrow, left side over to Hanson. Back out top to Avey, over to Hanson again, flipping inside, and up for Eli. It's not there, back to Avey. It's a Hanson, goes across the top of the key. To the side, Eli, back to Hanson. That's out. Step, deep breaths, and then travel. This was done with 50 step. 116 to go in the first half of the cycle. 27-21. Right baseline, back to Ferguson, right elbow, dribbles in, has it stolen right away by Eli. Got this pocket as he's looking to possibly pass it off. And up and really on the forwards, the little circle, 3.7 play well. Right side to Eli, he dribbles in, Biggs puts it up, and it's a little short. Rebound drop to Stevens. We'll get it out. Marshalltown brings it the other way. Dribbling up, double clutching, and puts it on. Shot's no good, but this Ferguson puts the rebound shot, puts it up, and has it off in the bounds. Anderson with the Roundhouse and Marshalltown. The Bobcats inbound to their own basket. There's a lob into Dobbins, who puts it back outside to Thurston. Back to Dobbins, unblocked, back out to Thurston. Three-quarter left side is long, air ball. And Burrow, fighting for the rebound, goes after it and ties him up. And he jumps right down there on probably to shoot him out. Marshalltown brings it 3:23 to go in the first half. Shepard dribbles it out, trying to reset the offense. Both Cyclones drop back. Zone. Right side. Ferguson. Thurston. Back out the top. And then Ferguson will put up a three from the left side. It's off the air. No good. And Eli. Put up the rebound again. Marshalltown rebound over his basket. There's a pass. Hanson, Rudolphi, Ames, Stevermer, and Burrow in the ballgame. Burrow, the top of the key, over to Avey, right side to Hanson underneath the Stevermer. Turnaround jumper is really long. Rebound comes off to Stevens. For the Bobcats, he dribbles out, stops, and now gets it over to Thurston. Thurston comes down the right side. Looking to set up the Bobcat offense. Out to Stevens. Good round for the Shepard. Dribbles down the lane, underneath for Dobbins. On the low block, out there, picks it back outside. Long shot off the back of the air, and no good by Ferguson. And the Cyclones come the other way. Steven will pass underneath to Rudolphi. Under the bucket, spins around, puts it up and short. Rebound comes off to the Bobcats. Right in close, we just went a little short off the rim. And the Bobcats come the other way with it. Pushes ball. To the line is Ben Thurston. He's got 8 points, 2 3/4 tonight. He's the first week. Takes 3 dribbles. Bends the knees, puts it up. It's 7-6. Mr.
Yeah.
There's a chance to go ahead with two. Trail by one. Foul called on the push it. It's Marshalltown bonus. So it bounces around over. Pass on the right side of Baltus. Back out to Gaskill. Throws it down underneath. Shot is up. And foul is called on. Stevens missed a shot with down at 26. Minute 31 to go in the first half. That's three goals. That's one second free throw. It's long. Rebound underneath though. Put back up. No good. And Ames comes off the rebound. A foul is called. Foot. Two beautiful points. Fighting for it, Rudolphi throws it out off the floor to Hanson. Down the lane, dishes over right side. Eli puts it up in good. With Baldwin in one of the sidelines. Gaskill inside pass to Dobbins. Turnaround jumper is good and he's fouled. Puts up the three. It's a little bit long. Rebound underneath. Shimkus will put it back up and good. Bring it up. Baltus goes over the right side. Passes down over there to Thurston. Back to Dobbins. Right elbow dribbles down the lane. Back out to Thurston. Dribbles in. Puts it up off the left side of the glass. No good. Diving over there for the ball and Shimkus comes up with the ball and Hanson and Thurston both bounds on the far side and Shimkus came up with the back toe the line and goes back to Marshalltown. And that long pass comes in to Stevens. Bobcats puts it off. In there to Baltus. Goal for one shot outside. Goes over the right side. Now back out pressure by Gaskill. Back to Baltus. Thurston, 16 seconds, 15. He's going to pull it out there in the jump circle. Baltus just about 10. It's down to 10 seconds. He goes down the lane, dishes out to Dobbins. Baseline, drives in, puts up the shot, no good, and the pushing foul called on Stevens underneath. That was a silly foul. 3.6 seconds to go. That's going to give Ames a shot. Free throws. Ames can't go. It's only points. This is the one that wins 1-1. And Marshalltown puts on the buzzer. The first time goes, but missing on the Ames will be up by 1. Well, and then we drop our power in this one.
Ames will come out and they'll get the ball to start the second half on the alternate possession. And it'll be Jake Hanson, Scott Stevermer, Jerry Seeley, Dustin Avey, and Jacob Rudolphi, the starters for the Little Cyclones. And the ball game to start it out, and Hanson passes it in to Stevermer, and he'll get the offense going for the Little Cyclones. Back out the top to Rudolphi, right side to Jake Hanson, looks into Avey. He's guarded by Dobbins there. He dribbles down the baseline, stops. Now he needs some help. Bounce pass inside, and Dobbins steals it away for the Bobcats, and they'll come the other way with it with a chance to take the lead early here in the third quarter. Dish out to Gaskill. Three-pointer from the left side is long, and the rebound comes off to Avey. He'll pull it down, and Marshalltown will drop back on defense as Stevermer brings it up for Little Cyclones. 31-30, they have the lead. Stevermer dribbles over the left side, bounce passes to Rudolphi, now over the right to Hanson. Turn around underneath against Dobbins, fakes it, now kicks it outside to Eli, and he puts it up, and a good decision by Avey as he was guarded closely there by Dobbins and found the open man outside, and it's a 33-30 lead for the little Cyclones here with a minute gone in the third period. Down the lane, Gaskill kicks it back to Stevens. He dribbles down the lane, stops, and bounce pass underneath to Dobbins, and he's tied up by Avey. A jump ball. It's going to go back to Marshalltown. All trouble there. Jake Ferguson for Marshalltown with 2, and Thurston with 2 for the Bobcats. In the middle of the lane, Dobbins puts it up, misses, gets his rebound shot, puts it up, and he gets fouled by Rudolphi, who says, "What did I do?" Anything about the fouls. But Dobbins gets the bucket. Ames only 2 of 7 from the line. Marshalltown 8 of 12, make that 8 of 13 now for the game as Dobbins hits the three-point play, and he's got 11 points for the Bobcats. And a little pressure by the Bobcats, and Ames throws it away as they're pressured out front. A tie ball game, 33 apiece, and the Bobcats force a turnover. And now Rudolphi will go out, Shimkus will come in, and the Bobcats will come the other way with it. Shepard drives down, dishes off to Stevens, and he puts up the shot, and it's good. Pat Stevens has 5 points for Marshalltown. Stevermer throws it down to Eli. He dribbles down the right baseline. Nothing there, pulls it back out, gets it to Stevermer. He dribbles in, pulls up at the elbow, puts it up and good. It rattles home. Scott Stevermer with 5 for Ames. 6:17 and counting here in the third quarter. 35 all. Out wide, Ferguson gets it off to Gaskill. Stops the left elbow, puts it up good. For 2. Ferguson, or Gaskill rather, has 3 points. He's averaging 15.3. Hanson puts it up long, no good. Avey gets the rebound. Middle of the lane, dishes it out to Eli. Right side, back to Hanson. Three-pointer is good by Jake Hanson. His third of the ball game. Had 2 in the first half, and Ames now up by 1, 38-37, under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Pass down on the block to Stevens. He's double teamed there, and Eli slaps it away, and now he comes up with it. Gets it out to Hanson. 2-on-2. Hanson and Stevermer. Over to Stevermer. Up and off the glass and good. Good passing by Jake Hanson to Stevermer, and he puts it up off the glass. They come the other way to Dobbins down the baseline. Kicks it inside to Stevens. Up off the glass and good. Pat Stevens with 2 buckets here in the second half. It's a 40-39, 1-point lead for Little Cyclones. Stevermer will bring it up, guarded by Gaskill out front. Dribbles across, gets a screen from Shimkus. Down the lane, he's wide open, but Dobbins blocks the shot, comes in late and blocks it. And Marshalltown will come the other way, 3-on-1. Pull up underneath to Dobbins. He goes up and has it blocked by Avey, and they call him for the foul on the arm. Free throw line. And misses first attempt. He gets the second one, takes a couple dribbles, puts it up, and hits it, and we're tied once again. 40-40. 4:50 to go, counting. Hanson over to Caldwell, pressure by the Bobcats. Now they break it, get it to Eli. Back out to Caldwell. He'll set up the offense for Little Cyclones as Marshalltown drops back in that zone. Hanson right side to Caldwell, dribbles down over to Eli, looks at the 3, back to Caldwell, now over to Hanson, dribbles down the right side, stops, double team, and he gets hacked around there, now falls down, dishes it back to Burrow, he'll put it up, off no good, rebound underneath to Stevens. Tie ball game, and they go the other way, Marshalltown with possession, down to Dobbins, left baseline, puts up the jumper, it's short, rebound underneath to Shimkus, kicks it out to Hanson, and Ames will go the other way on the break, but Marshalltown gets back, and no numbers for Ames. Hanson dribbles in, puts it up, just kissed it off the right side of the glass, and it goes in. Jake Hanson with the off-balance jumper. And he's got 11 points for the Little Cyclones. Under 4 minutes to play here. Ames leading by 2. And we get it. Caldwell loses a shoe. How did he do that? Or did somebody step on it? I don't know how he lost a shoe somehow, but a cheerleader picked it up and gave it back to him. As they stop play for him to put his shoe back on. And don't charge him with a timeout. I don't know how that works, but
yeah, that's right.
3:56 to go in the third. Ames leading by 2. Gaskill will inbound for Marshalltown. He gets it in there to Shepard, back to Gaskill. It's Caldwell, Eli, Burrow, Burgduff, and Shimkus in the ball game for Little Cyclone. Shepard looks at the three, kicks it back over to Gaskell. He'll dribble over the right side, stops, bounce passes down low. Now back out to Gaskell. Right wing, dribbles in, dishes over to Dobbins. He looks, kicks it back to Gaskell. Dribbles over to the left side to Shepard. He looks at the three, not there. Ames falling back, collapsing inside on him, and almost slapped away. Now back to Shepard. Open three, left side is long, and Shimkus comes off with the rebound for Little Cyclones. They'll bring it up the left side. Eli puts up the three. It's short, and the long rebound comes out to Gaskell. He comes the other way with it. Dribbles 3-on-2, stops, and he carried it as he was out there in traffic and tried to get away from Eli as he was going to reach a hand in there, and he carried the ball. And going to be a timeout called. 14:30 KSI back to action at the Roundhouse in Marshalltown, coming up on 3 minutes to play. Little Cyclones leading by 2, 42-40. Shot is up and no good, and the rebound comes off to the Bobcats. Dobbins gets to Waterlove, now over to Gaskill. He dribbles down, back over to Dobbins. Right elbow back out front to Shepard. And he's guarded by Burgduff. Now dribbles down the lane and dishes over left side to Waterlove. Can't handle it. Dobbins comes up with the loose ball, puts it up off the back of the board. No good. And Shimkus now comes up with it, gets it to Burgduff, and Ames comes the other way, but Marshalltown is back. Hanson right side, puts up the three, bounces high, and then the foul is called pushing foul underneath. And that's going to go against Ames. And they're going to call that on Avey. That'll be number 4 on Dustin Avey. Is it, or wait a minute, no. 35 is who they called that on. That's right. That's his second personal, the third team foul for Little Cyclones. 2-point lead for Ames, but Marshalltown has the ball. Waterlove dribbles across the top over the left side, gets it off over there, and the shot is up. A three-pointer is up and good by Matt Baltus. Off the pass, the assist to Waterlove, and the Bobcats go back on top by 1. Hanson brings it up, stops, dribbles over the right side, tries to dish it off, and it goes out of bounds. They say off the hands of Eli. And Marshalltown will bring it up under 2 minutes to play. They lead by 1, 43-42. Eli steals it and throws it off the Marshalltown player. Now the official says the official is giving it back to Marshalltown. Now, okay, the other official comes in and corrects him because he threw it right off the Marshalltown player, but the other official was pointing toward Marshalltown, but the other official came in and corrected him, and so, okay, Ames will get the ball. A couple replacements for Marshalltown. Stevens comes back in for them. And Hanson will bring it up for Ames, over to Rudolphi, to Burgduff. Left side, bounce pass to Eli, back to Burgduff, fakes up, puts up the shot, it misses, and the rebound comes off to Baltus. Marshalltown with the ball in the 1-point lead. Baltus pulls up to Stevens, over to Thurston. A lob underneath to Waterlove, and slapped out of bounds, or Stevens, I think it was. Knocked out of bounds to Ames, and the crowd didn't like that. They thought there was a foul called, and I got to kind of agree with him on that one. I don't know, I'd have to see the replay, but looked like the Ames just kind of knocked down the man who was going in for the lob. But anyway, Ames gets the ball back, and a couple of weird calls by the officials here going both ways now. And that one is kicked, and that'll go back to Ames. Baltus kicks it. A minute 18 to play, Ames down by 1. And the ball gets back, will go back to Ames. They'll inbound under their own basket. Ames sets up, and there's a pass to Hanson, and he is called for the travel. As he catches it, stops, and the official calls it traveling. Turnover to Marshalltown, and Stevens gets it in to Baltus. Baltus comes up working against Hanson, over left side to Waterlove, dribbles across, gets it to Gaskill. Back over to Thurston. Left side, Ben Thurston with it, looks for some help. Now finds Gaskill underneath. He dribbles in there, and the ball's loose. Shimkus comes up with it. And That one goes out of bounds to Ames. Under a minute to play. Ames trying to tell the official what's going on. And Ames are bringing the ball up. Stevermer back in. And officials kind of losing a little touch with what's going on here. Over to Rudolphi. He dribbles down the left side, stops, puts up the jumper, off no good. Rebound is pulled down by Stevens as there were 3 Bobcats all over it. Under 40 seconds to play, they come the other way with it. Baltus out to Thurston. Pass underneath, inside to Ferguson, and a foul is called. And they're going to call that on Shimkus. Yeah. Third quarter with just 27 seconds left. Ferguson goes to the line and hits the front end of the 2-shot foul. His first points of the second half. He had 6 in the first half. He gets the second free throw. So Marshalltown 4 of 5 from the line here in the second half. Rudolphi gets it. 45-42 lead the Bobcats, but the Little Cyclones have the ball. Over left side to Rudolphi. 3-point range back to Stevermer. Over to Eli. 10 seconds to play. Stevermer pass in to Shimkus, out to Rudolphi. Left side 3-pointer is a little bit long. Rebound comes off to Gaskill. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and they're not going to get a shot off in time. And at the end of 3, Marshalltown has a 3-point lead. Back with the final period in 1 minute. You're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball on 1430 KASI. Angelson with you, and the Little Cyclones have the ball to start the final period. And they get it into Stevermer. He dribbles over the left side, dishes to Rudolphi. Back out to Stevermer. Dustin Avey to Hanson, underneath to Stevermer. Not there, back out to Hanson. Over to Rudolphi, now to Avey. Left side to Eli. He dribbles up, kicks it over to Avey. Right side to Stevermer. Ames looking for the play now off the hands of Eli, and Dobbins comes up with a loose ball. Gets it back there and throw the other way, and Marshalltown throws it away. Come up with it, so the Little Cyclones get a break, and they'll come the other way with it. Still with a chance to tie with a 3 and go pull within 1 with a 2. Stolen away by Gaskill. He comes the other way against Rudolphi, puts it up, and a charge is called. Charge called on Gaskill. And maybe a 50-50 call there, but they goes the Little Cyclones' way. Coming up on a minute gone here in the 4th period. Ames trailing by 3 and has the ball back. Now their 3rd shot at the basket here, and now a foul called. As Gaskill probably just a little upset about that whole thing, and he fouls Stevermer. It's the second half. A long pass comes into Hanson out at the top of the key. He's guarded quickly there, though. They get it over to Eli. He'll pull it back out as Marshalltown in the man-to-man defense. Over to Hanson, left side, 3-point range. Top the key to Avey, over to Rudolphi, right side. Dribbles across, gets it to Hanson. He'll put up the 3 from the left side. Good! Tie ball game. Jake Hanson nails the 3. His second of this half. He had 2 in the first half. 45 apiece. Under 7 minutes now to play. Marshalltown with the ball. Over left side, Shepard looks at 3, decides to pull back. Gets it to Gaskill. He dribbles over to Dobbins. Right side, dribbling in against Avey. Turns around, dishes underneath. And blocked, slapped away from behind, and the foul is called on Eli. Had a lot of the orange ball there, but the official called the foul. And that'll send Thurston to the free throw line. He had 10 points in the first half, but hasn't scored here yet in the second. And for Jake Hanson, he's got, let's see, 14 points overall now for Little Cyclones. And he hits the, Thurston hits the free throw. Gives the Bobcats the lead back, a 1-point lead. He'll get one more. Second one is good. That's a shoot a free throw in the second half, and only 2 of 7 in the first half. Stevermer brings it down for Little Cyclones, passes down to Eli. He dribbles in, stops, kicks it back out to Stevermer. He shoots it from the free throw line, a little bit long, bounces up high over the top of the basket. And it'll go back to Marshalltown. And now Burgduff is going to come in, replacing Stevermer. And Little Cyclones will go into some pressure here on the inbound. Stevens inbounds it, gets it into Shepard, and he breaks the pressure by the Little Cyclones. Gaskill up the right side, has it slapped away from behind, but the foul is called on Jake Hanson. He's in the bonus the next time Ames commits a personal foul. Pass comes into Stevens down the baseline, puts up a shot, an air ball, misses everything, but Gaskill's right there on the other side. He spins around right through traffic over everybody and puts it up and good. Gaskill, just 5 points on the night, averaging 15, just over 15 coming into this one, and they've held him below his average, but others have picked up the slack for the Bobcats so far. Rudolphi dribbles in, dishes back to Avey. He's down the lane and up and good for Dustin Avey. Has 6 points on the night. 49-47, Marshalltown leading, 5:35 and counting here to go in the ball game. Gaskill right side, and Avey steals it on the pass into Dobbins. Avey will come all the way with it, goes down, puts it up, he's fouled, and he misses a shot, but he made up his mind he was going to take that coast to coast, and he kept it, and Ferguson then fouled him at the other end. Waited for everybody to catch up, but saw maybe an opening there and dribbled in, put it up, and picked up the foul. And he misses it. He's 0 for 3 from the line tonight. Having a little trouble there. He'll get one more. Takes 2 dribbles, sets, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Dobbins for the Bobcats. They lead by 2, 5:25 and counting here in the ball game. Shepard to Stevens, top of the key, over to Ferguson, left side, lob up there, and they hit the basket. Otherwise, he had Stevens open for the lob, but the lob pass was short. It went off the rim as Stevens went right up for it. They run that play 3 times. Once it worked. The other time, Ames knocked the guy down. Nothing called, and went out of bounds to Ames, and that time the lob pass was bad. So 2 out of 3 on that lob play. The Little Cyclones get it back. Chance to tie it up here. Trailing by 2, 49-47. Hanson down the right side, back to Burgduff, inside to Avey against Dobbins, and he traveled as he tried to back in and slid his feet. But he was going to go for the move inside, try to pick up the foul, slid the feet. Shepard brings it up for the Baltus rather brings it up. Over the left side to Gaskill to Stevens, back to Baltus. To Dobbins, top of the key, over to Shepard, left side to Stevens now. Back around the top to Gaskill, over the right side, they go to Shepard. He's guarded by Hanson, dribbles in the middle of the lane, throws up an off-balance shot off the rim, no good, but Dobbins hits it, and then Gaskill comes up with the rebound, puts up a shot, no good, and Dobbins throws it off of Avey, but they're going to call him for the push. He tried to throw the ball off of Avey out of bounds, and they called him for the pushing foul. I don't know about that one. And now Ames wants a timeout with 4:34 to go here in the ball game. They trail by 2. You're listening to Little Cyclone basketball at 14:30 KSI. And they'll come back at it. Hanson, Burgduff, Rudolphi, Avey, and Eli in the ball game for Little Cyclones. Eli on the right wing bounces it out to Avey. Dobbins comes out and hits the ball. And it's going to go back to Ames. And those are, I don't know about that. These officials are a little shaky on the calls out of bounds here, it seems like. From this vantage point up here anyway. I don't know, maybe it's different. Looks different on the floor, I don't know. But Hanson now will have it. No, Ames will reset it. Coming up on 4 minutes to play. Eli on the right wing. He dribbles down now, wide open the baseline, puts it up and misses. Stevens comes off with it, but it comes out of bounds as Rudolphi was fighting him for the rebound. I think Eli's surprised he got in there. He was so wide open. He broke free and missed the bucket then. Ames inbounding under their own basket. Eli will trigger it for Little Cyclones. Finds Avey underneath. He gets knocked down in the lane, and he lays down with it. The jump ball will go to Marshalltown. Starting to resemble more a Bobcat Little Cyclone football game than it is basketball at this point. And Marshalltown inbound on their own bucket. They finally get it in. Shepard will take it. And there's 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Marshalltown up by 1. Dribbling through is Gaskell. Stops, puts up the shot. No good. Short. Rebound pulled down by Baltus. He puts it up, loses the handle. Dobbins tries to get the tip. Now comes back with it, puts it up off. No good. Tip again. No good. Off the hands of Burgduff, out of bounds. Marshall. And they do get the ball, though, out of bounds now in their own bucket. Pass inside, turnaround Stevens, no good. Slapped out of there, and Ames finally comes up with it. Rudolphi the other way, 2-on-2. Dishes off to Burgduff, right side, puts it up, and off, no good. Rudolphi rebounds, turnaround, puts it up, and is fouled. Board, we'll see. And this has not been the strong suit for the Little Cyclones tonight, and he hits that one. So I maybe jinxed him the other way. 1-point ball game. Rudolphi could tie it here. Puts it up, good. Hits 2. 49-49, 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Gaskell dribbles down, dishes over the right side to Baltus. He dribbles down the lane, puts it up, off, no good, long. Oh, right over the back, nothing called. Ferguson, and then they call the foul the other way. Against, who's they going to call that on? Eli or? Okay, they put 33 up on the board, and the free throw was missed. That's Ferguson's first missed free throw. He was 4 of 4. Second one is good, and he gives Marshalltown 1-point lead. Man, he came right over the back of an Ames player to get that rebound and put the shot back up and got the foul call. But anyway, Marshalltown now has a 1-point lead. 3:20 to go in the game, and Ames with the ball. They'll bring it up. Hanson, Burgduff, Rudolphi, Eli, and Shimkus in the ball game. Left side to Eli. To Shimkus, top of the key, over to Rudolphi. Right side to Hanson. Looks underneath for Eli, not there. He's guarded man-to-man. Hanson dribbles in, and he gets called for the charge. As he kind of slid that arm in him a little bit and pushed off, and they call him for the charge. And the 8th foul of the Cyclones, but offensive foul, so they won't shoot. Pass comes in to Baltus. He dribbles up, guarded by Burgduff. Under 3 minutes to play now. Marshalltown up by 1. Oh, Shepard walks with it. Nothing called. Hey, you don't have to dribble when you had it in your hands. That's okay. Over to Baltus. Back to Shepard. Pass in to Ferguson. Turn around. Dishes underneath. Shot is up and good by Stevens. Pat Stevens has 6 here in the second half. Little Cyclones trail by 3. Hanson brings it up. Over to Rudolphi, now to Eli. Left side, left wing. He's guarded out there by Gaskell. Get it to Shimkus. To Rudolphi, right side to Hanson. Back over to Rudolphi. Eli, right side of the top of the key. Hanson down the lane. Oh, and he gets called for the travel. Oh, a little pushing going on there. Hanson gets called for the travel. Stevermer will come back in and replace Eli. 2:12 to go. Ames down by 3 against Marshalltown. Pass comes in to Thurston, Ben Thurston, who came off the bench to give him 10 points in the first half. Coming up on 2 minutes to play now. Out top Shepard. He dishes into Stevens, who takes a step down the lane and then puts it up. And then a foul is called on Stevens. Foul. And Stevermer will bring it up for Little Cyclone. Stevermer, Hanson, Burgduff, Rudolphi, and Shimkus. Over to Shimkus, top of the key. He looks inside, gets it to Rudolphi. Now over to Hanson, just left of the key, 3-point range to Burgduff. Back to Rudolphi, baseline, drives in, gets stopped, and kicks it back out, and it's picked up by Gaskell, and Shimkus got kicked in the back, and he's still down. As Gaskell came in and got the ball and kind of kneed him right in the back. And he's going the game. Shepard will inbound. It gets it into Dobbins. Now back to Shepard. And Ames will drop back in the man-to-man. Shepard hands it off to Baltus. Dribbles over the right side. And they put up the shot. Shepard off, no good. I mean, they thought with the lead they would have waited a little bit, but decided not to. And Ames almost throws it away. They do. As Thurston comes up with it, kicked it, and then gets it out to Gaskell, or Shepard rather. Shepard comes down, now to Baltus. and stolen away by Stevermer. And he is fouled by Shepard. And in a way, Team 30 KSI back at the Roundhouse in Marshalltown. Little Cyclones trailing by 3. Scott Stevermer at the free throw line and misses the front end of the 1-1. Rudolphi gets the rebound though, puts it back up and good. Off the miss. And now it's a 1-point lead for the Bobcats. Under a minute to play, 52-51. Out front with it is Shepard. Over the right side, he goes to Thurston. He looks in, gets it to Stevens. Stevens over to Shepard, pass inside, and off the foot of Thurston, and it's picked up by Burgduff. As he couldn't save it, Burgduff to Hanson. The Little Cyclones have the ball, trailing by 1. Under 30 seconds to play. Shot is up, and offensive foul called on Rudolphi. Underneath. Against Dobbins. And the Little Cyclones want a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball on 1430 KSI. KSI back at the Roundhouse. 29 seconds to go. Marshalltown up by 1. They have the ball inbounding under the Ames basket. They try to get it in. They get it in time. Into Baltus. He dribbles through. Ames is going to have to foul here, and they do. Rudolphi call. No. Will they call that on Rudolphi? If they did, that'll be his 5th. Or is it? No, that's his 4th. Oh, it is his 5th. Okay. They did call it on Rudolphi. And he'll go out of the ball game as Baltus goes to the free throw line. Misses it. Misses the first, and Marshalltown has been shooting quite well from the free throw line tonight, and he misses that one. So this is a key one because this will make it a 2-point ball game here now. That's a big miss, and he misses it. Rebound comes off to Ferguson. He gets it out to Dobbins. 20 seconds to go. They're going to have to foul again. Ames goes out there and they foul. Hanson fouls Shepard. So Ames got what they wanted. 18 seconds to go. 1-point lead for the Bobcats. Misses, it rattles out, misses the front end. So once again, Ames has it, and if he misses this one, he'll have to block out. Takes 3 dribbles, spins the ball back at his hand, puts it up, and it's good. You're listening to 1430 KSI Ames. 2-point ball game, 15 seconds ago. Ames has the ball. They bring it down. Hanson out front with it. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Hanson puts up the jumper, misses it. Rebound comes off to Ferguson. 2 seconds, a foul is called. And that could be the ball game. As Ames had the foul, trailing by 2 after the miss. Off a miss. Well, he hits the first one. If he hits the second one, we're pretty well iced the game. If he misses it, Ames has to get it. Now he hits them both, so that will pretty well do it for Little Cyclones. Long shot by Burgduff misses, and Ames will fall by 4 here tonight at the Roundhouse to Marshalltown. 55-51. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back and run down the scoring in the ballgame. After this, you're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball at 1430 KSI.